that we have specified for the learning and get them utilized, so to speak. So we are going to talk about a little bit of the activity which is called dyeing, like coloring. Just a little bit, as I said before, the halachas we learn are just on the tip of the fork. It's not really something you can rely on, generally speaking, just to awaken, to elevate the desire to learn more. So the activity of dyeing, coloring, was done in the desert when the nation of Israel went for 40 years. They had to build the tabernacle. When they built the tabernacle, there were 39 major activities that were needed in order to build and to construct the tabernacle, the dwelling place of Am Israel. And since those 39 major head of families of activities were used to build the tabernacle, we are preventing ourselves during Shabbos from maintaining these 39 major activities and their continuations, their offsprings, their children. They're told that what is like coming out of that. What's the connection? I always thought, and what's the connection between the tabernacle activities that were done in the desert and Shabbos? Why our sages have attached and have learned that how to keep Shabbos? Through these 39 major activities, we are supposed to pull our hands from doing them. So Rabbi Akiva hold in the Gemara that, I hope you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, good, great, very good. So
you're not talking to yourself.
Rabbi Akiva is holding, in his opinion, that the parshas, the departments, so to speak, the parts, the Torah is divided to parts. We call each part parsha. We know that during the whole year cycle, 52 weeks of the year, we can accomplish the Torah from Bereshis to the end of the Torah. 52 weeks, the Torah was divided to 52 parshas, and that's how we live our annually life during their lifetime with the Torah. But there are more divisions in each one of those 52 parshas. There are subdivisions, subgroups. The Torah is divided into more and more parshas. It could be that every parsha of the weekly parsha, we call the parsha, has 10 to 20 separated parshas. It's like chapters, small chapters of the Torah that we have to pause between one chapter, one part, to another part. So our sages, so Hashem has, with his great wisdom, who gave the Torah to Moshe Rabbeinu, he said to Moshe Rabbeinu, okay, pause over here. I want my people, my nation, my Yiddelach to pause over here and have a little pause, little space, think a little bit, go move over to the next parsha. So there are parsha which are the two parts of two kinds of parshas: the open parsha and a sealed parsha, concealed parsha. Maybe we'll talk about it later. So because the parsha that deals with the building of the tabernacle is actually matching, like it's a neighbor to another parsha right after it, that the Torah talks to us about Shabbos. So since, and this is not for no reason, says Rabbi Akiva, that the parshas are following one another, that they are touching one another. They are connected. So since the parsha of Shabbos is just following the parsha of the tabernacle, Rabbi Akiva is learning that this is the reason that Hashem wanted us to Hashem is teaching us which activities we're not supposed to do on Shabbat. The same 32 activities that were done, that were used to build the tabernacle. That's Rabbi Akiva. Other sages who do not learn, they don't hold that we learn something out of that connection between parsha and a parsha, must have a different understanding. Why did we come to specify these 39 activities? And I'm not sure what's their opinion. Just as we speak, we started touching the matter, an idea came to my head. It's not something mechayev, it's just an idea. Maybe it's right, maybe it's not right. But since the tabernacle is dealing with the holy of the holies, right? The tabernacle has a big fence around it, and then an inner fence with curtains, and the holy of the holies. The holy ark sits in the middle of the tabernacle, covered with a ceiling and with curtains around it, from leather, from silk. Look out the parsha in the Torah, how beautiful the tabernacle was built. So the holy of the holiest, the Aron HaKodesh, the Luchos HaBris, the two tablets that we received from Mount Sinai from Hashem himself, with his glory, are put in the ark. This is the top of Yiddishkeit, learning the Torah. Our Torah is there. And since so in Shabbos, on another side, Shabbos is so holy. Shabbos is the cherry of the pie of the week, right? The week is a pie. We sliced it into 6 pieces. Every day of the week is a piece of cake. It's not easy to go through a day in our life, but still, it's a piece of beautiful cake. And the cherry of the pie is the Shabbos. The top of the top, right? The day of the day of days. So just like the Torah and the tabernacle is the top of Yiddishkeit, and Shabbos is the top of the weekdays, there's another connection between the parshas of the tabernacle and the Shabbos and the holy beautiful Shabbos. So dyeing, they used to color the curtains around that tabernacle. There was the fences, there were pillars in the ground and hooks, right, like golden hooks that were holding the curtains. It's a beautiful masterpiece. Bezalel himself was the one who was in charge of the work, and with him another Eliyav ben Achisamach, another major character. They made the tabernacle. They were the orchestrators, the contractors of that tabernacle. So coloring the curtains, you need color for that. So they used color to dye the curtains. Because dyeing is a major activity, we're not supposed to color any material over during Shabbat Kodesh. So therefore, we may not paint any object. We may not dye like cloth, piece of cloth is inside to dip it in a colored liquid. We should not melt colors into water or other liquids. We should not make chemical liquids which creates changes of colors. We should not develop pictures. There used to be how they used to develop pictures from the negative, put in some liquids. We cannot develop pictures during Shabbat. We should not color our face, our eyes, our fingernails, and our lips using any material from makeup or coloring, any type of coloring. We should take care of these before Shabbat. Today you can find those kind of permanent makeup. This could be used easier for women to use it before Shabbat. I know it's a huge sacrifice. Beautiful Bnot Israel, holy Jewish women are sacrificing their appearance not to dye or to use makeup during Shabbat. But let me tell you something. Dear women, dear Bnot Israel, Akdoshos, every Shabbat you look like a prince. Since your face are changing, we discussed that before, that during Shabbos our faces are changing. Our faces are blooming. Our faces are we are enlightened during Shabbat. We look not like we look in the weekdays. And Hashem knows that women need to have a good look. They need that as their essence, as their inside character, to look good. And it's very important to look good. So remember, on Shabbos, you look good. Even if you think you need a makeup over Shabbos, don't worry. So this deals with dyeing, with coloring. We're going to just go through a short story about Shabbat. There's a teaching. There's a teaching that interesting, that the Torah, the tablets, were given twice. One pair of tablets was broken, and the other one still exists. They all exist, still existing, broken, and they're permanent tablets we have. But there was a change in the writings on the two sets of tablets. When Hashem says, keep the day of Shabbos, on one, the first tablets, if I'm not wrong, it says, Zachor, et Yom HaShabbos lekadshah. Remember the day of Shabbat to sanctify it, to exclude it from the weekdays. On the second set of tablets, it did not say Zachor, remember, it says Shamor, keep, guard, protect. Guard, Shamor es Yom HaShabbos lekadshah. Keep, protect the day of Shabbos with sanctifying it. So there's two different words. One is our sages are asking us, are debating how come, what's the reason, what's the need for two different words that should be used on two sets of tablets of the Luchos HaBris. And the answer is given, Shamor, Zochor, is when we say when we say Zochor, remember that come to tell us the positive commandments on Shabbat, what to do during Shabbat. And Shamor, keep, protect, means what not to do on Shabbat. So Zochor came to teach us the positive commandment, what to do, and Shamor is what to be aware, what to be careful about, not to do. That's a Gemara, that's a basic halacha. The Zohar take that beautiful thing and develop it to a mystical teaching. In the Zohar, I'll read it to you from the book, this beautiful book. Look how shining it is, right? This is how Shabbos is shining, right? Shabbos is great. Shabbos is shining. And Shabbos shine, make us to be shining as well. So the Zohar says in the Tikkun Zohar, the Tikkun number 24, that the reason why the Torah used double 2 times, the psukim, Zachor, remember, and Shamor, protect, keep, yeah, because to explain, to teach us that Zachor, remember, we have to remember, so to speak. Remember to receive the extra neshama that we get every Shabbos through great joy. Positive commandment. Be happy, be joyful, think positive, look good, look at the good things. Look how everybody's shining around you. Look how the kids are shining. Look how your husband is shining. Look how you're shining. This is Zochor, positive, remember. Yes, yes, yes. And Shamor means like what we need to prevent ourselves from doing is we have to guard, keep, not to awaken in our hearts any sadness, any anger, any nervousness on Shabbos, just to protect yourself during Shabbat from all kind of anguish and sorrow and sadness and sighs. And by doing this, keeping the positive commandment of being happy, being joyful, and being aware of not to fall into sadness and nervousness. By this, we are Mekadesh, the day of Shabbos, with the great joy of his heart, and that person will zeiche to the great light and the sweet light of Shabbos the Queen. So this is Zachor of Shabbat. So beautiful. Thank you again for coming. I'm sorry to bring you back second time to the class, but I wish you good Shabbos, and we'll see you next week, God willing, on time. Shabbat Shalom. Beautiful Chaverim.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi. It was worth coming back. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi. It's